Fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Hello everyone, welcome to Making the Tea Rational, where I make all the tea and gossip make sense. Congratulations to TTs and Aries. They finally made that stretch and got married June 14th in a small intimate ceremony at a location that looked similar to New Orleans. It had a New Orleans style theme, but if you guys notice, their actual wedding theme was Princess and the Frog. And that's why TT had the hairstyle. She had the updo like Tiana. She had the crown. And if you notice, her dress was made similar. It had the green accents to it. I thought it was really cute and clever. And if you notice, Aries' suit was made like the prince in Princess and the Frog. It had the buttons on the side. And I just thought it was really, really nice. It was cute how they had everything put together. And if you notice, like in the background, there was a scene in Princess and the Frog where they had the crosses in the back and they were at the pond. And that's the kind of, they were trying to replicate that in their wedding scene. And I just thought it was really, really cute. And Aries' little sister, Sienna, she looked so cute. She had a green dress on and like with the white accents. And his oldest sister was there, but I noticed that his mother wasn't there. I thought that was very odd that she would miss such a important occasion like that for her son. And I mean, I understand before, I have videos showing that, you know, his mother wasn't really feeling TT like that because TT apparently seemed like she wasn't really feeling his mom that much. But I still don't think that that's enough of a reason not to come to your son's wedding. You know, a lot of people get married and, you know, the parents might not approve of completely of who you're marrying, but it just depends on how bad, you know, what's really going on in the relationship as to whether or not you want to be there. But I don't think it was that bad enough for her not to show up to her own son's wedding. I just hope all is well and nothing, you know, serious is really going on with his mom as to why she couldn't come. But his father showed up for him, and I thought that was nice because they were a little estranged. As Aries was coming up, you know, he said his father wasn't in his life, and he showed up for him at his wedding. I thought that was really, really nice. And everybody seemed to be so emotional at the wedding, and that was another nice touch. But you know what I really like? I like the part of the ceremony when Aries and TT were washing the feet. I like Aries' part because you can tell he has grown so much as a man and as a person, because when he first started on YouTube, I mean, he was just out of control. You know, that mouth and everything else that came with him. But he has really grown into his faith. You know, he's not the same person he used to be. And I just love how he has developed into his manhood and how he has really changed and, you know, just seemed like he sees life a little bit different than he used to, because he did not believe in God before. And I'm just happy that he has found his place. And I think he's going to make a great father one day and husband. And I just feel like TT, she's even changed. She's not the same like she used to be either. She's much different than she used to be as well. So I think both of them are tapping into their, you know, faith side. And I think it's good. I think they're showing young people that marriage is still a possibility, that marriage is not dead, that it's okay to make it official, you know, before you have kids, because that's the way we're told that we're supposed to do it. You know, that's how it's supposed to be done. I know sometimes it doesn't happen that way, but nevertheless, that is how we are supposed to do it. But I just feel like TT and Aries, you know, they've always kind of been a couple that kind of like stayed off to themselves. They kind of do their own thing. because Aries was saying that people would make fun of him because he was washing dishes or cleaning around the house. But he's like, you're not supposed to let your wife do everything. A real man steps in and, helps his wife. When he sees that she's tired or have other things to do, you just don't sit around and just watch her, work tirelessly, and just sit there. Anyway, I just wanted to congratulate them on their milestone in life. And I just want you guys to see what took place. It was a very beautiful occasion. And I hear you guys saying that the wedding looked cheap. It didn't look cheap to me because I understand what they were trying to replicate, what they were trying to do with the Princess and the Frog theme. So once you know that, it doesn't look as cheap as you think. It was a particular scene in the movie. It didn't have a lot going on in that scene. So you're not going to see all the big flowers and all that. Plus, it was small. It was a small, intimate occasion. They only had, maybe 40. I don't even think 40 people were there. So, but it was still nice. And Woo Wop looked so nice. He walked down the aisle in his green suit, and he cried from start to finish. Aries started crying when he saw TT come out in her dress. And I just thought it was a beautiful occasion. It was nice to me. But here it is. Enjoy.
Everything. This is what Jesus did when he was washing the feet of his disciples. Knowing that Jesus has the power, the authority, and is God. He didn't allow. Oh, you sucker! Even though. Man, just listen. Just slow down.
You gotta know what it is to explain.
Yeah, let me tell you what. So this is what happened. We remember back in the Bible. Jesus was washing the feet of his disciples. And Jesus, having all power, all glory, all authority, and being God as well, didn't allow his status to be who he was.
I'm pretty sure he ain't massaged the feet.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm just doing this for me. That's just my part. I'm just adding my own little twist,
A little 100 degrees. Hungry?
Somebody get a good thing.
I'm craving this out. It's a sock.
Okay.
It's okay.
Get to a healthy standpoint in my life. He encouraged me to be a better person. He encouraged me, hey, that food ain't good. Hey, bro, let's work out. Hey, let's go to the gym. And TT always been my hotline. TT always been a person that I can sit on the phone for an hour for, and she'll say one word and make it seem like she said a million. So I always appreciated TT and Aries. I just want to say that for everybody here, y'all can take them as motivation for real love. You know, TT, forever, you always be my sister. I know y'all gonna have forever happiness. Forever happiness. I know y'all marriage is gonna last, and just know that even though you're the youngest, you do motivate us to follow in your footsteps. So if we can raise our glass for that.
It has instructions on the side. You just pull it. This is gonna represent my brother. Every time I see a butterfly, it makes me think of my brother. So I just wanted to bring him to the wedding because he's not here to see it. So
There you go. Uh-oh. There you go. You bet not. You bet not. What the heck? Look at this. Come on.
Yep.
Let him go.
Oh,